Hi, Mr. Mathijs. Thank you very much for coming. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, a pleasure is mine, but please call me Philippe.
Sure. So, you're a career coach. Tell us about your history. I mean, what did you become a coach in the first place?
Okay, so let me tell you a bit more how it all started. So I have about 30 years now of corporate experience, and I started as a developer and went all the way up to Chief Operating Officer of the biggest payment providing company in the Middle East. About 10 years ago, as I was growing up in my career, I started experiencing what's called as it's lonely at the top symptom, which is the more you go up, the more you feel isolated because all the eyes are on you and everyone looks at you to make the decision and to decide where we're going to go and basically run the company. And as I was promoted, I felt really isolated because I had no one I could turn up to. And then that's when it started. I decided to start helping people. And I had people who came to see me naturally because they saw me as a mentor and as a leader to say, well, how should we do this? And that's how my coaching career started, shall we say.
Right. But you have an education in coaching as well.
Yes. So in terms of coaching, I did 2 certifications. So I did Center for Executive Coaching, which is a very famous executive coaching company based in the US, which is really demanding. So what's special about that one is you have to interview before even joining to learn to be a coach. So I did that with that. And the other company I've worked for was Tony Robbins. So I was privileged enough to be one of Tony's 25 coaches a few years ago by completing the whole coaching academy. I think it was in 2018, 2017.
Oh,
so this is my education in coaching.
Okay.
And finally, I've also certified with the ICF at professional coaching level. So when you hire me as a coach, you know with a proper certification that I'm not one coach who decided to be a coach overnight, but I've done it the long and hard way, but with the credentials.
Right. So for how many years you've been doing this?
In total, I've done 10 years of coaching, and then I decided to open my own company of coaching and training 3 years ago. And since the beginning of 2019, I decided to completely give up the corporate to be coach full-time.
Very interesting. Okay, so tell us about the kind of clients that work with you. What kind of clients you're usually more comfortable working with, and what kind of clients come to you?
So typically the type of client who come with me will be head of department or above. And the reason why they come to me is when they see my profile, they can relate to me. So I was what's called in the business. So I ran an IT function, an operation function, I ran about 500 people function, and I was an HR person. I was someone on the floor experiencing the pains of the company and growing it. So people relate to that really, really quickly. And as I said, typically the heads on VP going above. And I have different range of clients coming for many, many different reasons.
Right. So do you work with them like with the VPs or with executives? Do you work with them on a personal basis?
Yes. So I don't do team coaching. I work on personal basis with those people. And some of the things I do with them are very different. So some of them will come to me because they have a big presentation and they're worried about how to present in public, how to do public speaking. Okay. I have some of them come to me because they want to know how to grow their career and to take the career to the next step. And I also have people who come to me because they realize their soft skills are not the best. So some of the clients might have really bad feedback from their team and say, you're an amazing leader, but as a man manager, it really doesn't work. And those people typically will come to me for coaching.
Right. So what's the time period, let's say, they usually start seeing change and results?
So typically, it will take 3 to 4 months for the change to be embedded. So each session gives a change towards a journey. But the best result come after 3 months. And the reason why it comes after 3 months is not because they see them, but because the people around them start noticing a really big difference. So all my clients tell me, oh, wow, I see the change, but now my family, my co-workers see a huge change in me in that progress. That's why typically for an executive program, I will recommend that it's a minimum 4 months, and it can be 6 months or years, because I have some clients who decided to stay with me for years, and we move from one goal to another goal to another goal.
Right. So do you do only one-to-one coaching, or do you have like workshops? You say you don't do team coaching, but like, do you have like a workshop kind of programs that an organization can work with?
Yes, so it's a really great question. So another facet of the company I run is all about bespoke corporate training and bespoke corporate learning. So what we do corporate leadership development. And the way we do it, you have a bit of in-classroom training, and then you have hands-on. But what makes it really different is we pair each student with one of our coaches. So which means as a company, if you want to grow your leaders, you can put them on one of our program and you guarantee that they're going to have coaches who have the relevant experience and will help them grow. So this is how we do. We either do personal one-on-one or those kind of workshops. And again, what's special is we don't have workshop off the shelf. We literally bespoke and tailor every single workshop to every single company. So you guarantee your workshop is different of your competitor's workshop.
Oh, very interesting. So how do you do that? Like usually have probably like sessions with the organization to understand their problems?
Yes.
And then...
So we do it. We don't believe in supplier-customer relationship. We believe in partnerships. So once companies come to run one of those programs with us, we're going to do requirement gathering. As I said, it's a true partnership all along. And we will suggest modules, they might agree, disagree, tailor it. And we then together create a workshop. But then what makes it different again is when we finalize a workshop, we're credited with companies in the UK that are like ITOL or CIPD. So it's not just me delivering a workshop, which is any workshop. It's a recognized and certified in terms of quality.
Very interesting. Do you have a company?
Yes. So my company is called Reach Outstanding, and it was created 3 years ago, as I mentioned.
Okay, very interesting. So if organizations want to find you, they're going to go to your website,
reachoutstanding.com.
Okay. And I was aware that you had a 2020 initiative. Tell us about that.
Yes. So it's a really interesting one because Reach Outstanding was created with a purpose to impact people's life and positively impact as many lives as we could through coaching and through learning. Mm-hmm. And as we've mentioned earlier, part of the coaching we do is VPs and executive. But we've also realized there's a whole part of the population, which are the students, who can't afford executive coaching because it's potentially their first job or this university. And we thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if we did something which is purely focused on the student? So we created a mini brand of our company, to call it like that, called Get Set Coach. And what's special about it is we purposely don't have any contract, any type. So if you imagine the executive on one hand who have a 4 to 6 months program, as we mentioned, for student, you can choose one coach for one session and we're happy with that. We're not going to try to tie you up and say, no, you have to stay with us. It's giving flexibility to the next level whereby you can change coach anytime you want, have 1 session, 5 sessions. And what's even better is we have coaches all around the world. So if you choose to have an interview preparation at 2 o'clock in the morning, we can do it with you. So it will be an American coach who come and coaches you.
I see. So you're working with a collective of coaches who are based in different parts of the world. Yes. But how do you choose them?
So I interview them. And for me, what's really important is 2 things. First, that they understand and believe in the value of the company. So for us, the value of the company is the impact we make on the person. The fees is a side effect, for example, of the company. We don't work for the fee. We work for the impact we make on our client. So that's the first thing I look at the coaches. And second, for the Reach Outstanding coaches, they have to have experience, they have to have credibility, and they have to be certified. Because I want to guarantee to the client they will have a minimum level of quality when they come to us.
I understand. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.